clip from day 26. So you see the light there. Now, a lot of this has to do with social status. That was an interesting little scene there. A lot of this has to do with social status tripping, so to speak, right there. They want to argue with me about social status. Yeah, those are definitely rights. And remember, 1 in 4 little girls is sexually abused, 1 in 9 little boys, and there's no excuse for it. You see what I'm saying? So their social status equals that, and it equals 3 million children, and I imagine they're disproportionately colored, they must be, starving to death every year. Over 3 million, around 10,000 a day, 25,000 people a day or so starve to death or die of hunger-related issues. So that's 9 million people a year or so, over 9 million, and over 3 million children. Okay, as a result of their social status, they act like sniveling worms. I hate them we'll say I resent them far more than words can describe. Okay. So when little bitch shit happens that have to do with social status, it is somewhat of a trigger. However, I'm not a control freak. When I was younger, I never envisioned being a supreme leader of society, which is what I'm meant to be. What my natural role in nature is. I'm the natural alpha king of kings. They can't beat me in single combat. God set me apart, with weapons. God set me apart as the king of kings, right? Man to man, right? The main man, the man in charge, the reason why kings wear a sword. Black Panther, single combat, Greco-Roman culture, Achilles versus Hector, or whatever it was, single combat, David and Goliath, single combat. Even Wikipedia said that Saul himself should have faced Goliath, and so on and so forth. But I'm not a control freak. But to be assigned the divine responsibility and duty, if I was given my rightful place, and that's my rightful place, of putting an end to crime, basically, right, to mass crime, to crime to this degree, governing in a way that's sane, and have these sick child molesters and their allies social status trip with me every day. They say, well, yeah, you're just a black guy who's dressed badly because we went out of our way to make it so you're dressed badly. They don't know that. We know that, but they don't know that. But they know something like that. They know something like that is going on. They don't quite understand why I'm wearing, look at this bus, right? City bus. There we go. They're like, we're making it so the city bus guys have their brights on. Look at this bright. Oh, they have one headlight? Oh, no, it's two. This guy was blocking. Look at that. So I'm going out of my way to make sure I get that on camera. My goodness. That's quite the brighting situation. Why would a city bus at like 8, it's probably about 8:15, 8:10 in the morning. Today is day 26, Sunday, April 10th, 2022. Why would it have that and daytime headlights? And there's the vehicle next to him has his brightest lights on too. Okay? There's no excuse for this kind of treatment. This is how I'm treated. And think about like King Louis or the King of England in the Shaka Zulu BBC series. They're acting like little fucking brats, okay? And they're acting extremely immature. Can you justify running a psychological operation on the most righteous person that ever lived and messing up his cognitive function, cognitive impairment? What American cause? I would love to hear anyone's argument about what American cause is so important that you have to mess up the most righteous person that ever lived using the logical universal scale, focus, moral intensity, universal pinpoint, and moral precision, right? Moral intensity is achieved through martial art prowess that is unmatched in human history and never will be naturally matched again. So I'm logically the top martial arts ever. What logic could you possibly have? You have Martin Luther King Day where he said the right to protest for what is right, right? The one who does what is right is righteous. The right to protest for what is right. Okay? That's what the greatness of America is. So what could they possibly say? It is fucking deluded. It is childish. It is demented. Their hedonistic nature is despicable. They are narcissists. They are selfish, self-centered. inconsiderate, careless, foolish, fanatically immature. There is no excuse for this treatment. I'm righteous with honor and splendor, and the fact that I have to say it myself doesn't show us a lack of humility. You put a lamp on its stand, this guy's as bright on. It shows you the lack of care in the population, that they accept the governance of these complete monsters that make Hitler look like a saint. Okay, that is failure. They watch movies like 300. I bring this up all the time because it's one of the most important points I make, and people don't understand that Christianity is a martyr religion. Okay, Isaiah 57 makes that crystal clear. Crystal clear. It makes it crystal clear how you interpret Matthew 10 and Matthew 16 and Hebrews. Okay, resisting to the point of shedding your blood. Whoever doesn't pick up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever loves their son or daughter is not worthy of me. Abraham and Isaac makes that clear. It is a martyr's religion. Popular culture, what happened to the disciples, makes that clear. What happened to the early Christians makes that clear. Now, these people start acting like sniveling cowards. Proverbs 28:1, the wicked flee though no one pursue, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. They act like extremely fanatic, determined to be cowards. And the word coward is even a crowd scrambled. It's an anagram for a crowd. And a crow D and crow ad, right? The Walking Dead. The crow, the symbol of the dead. Brandon Lee, the crow in the movie. Jim Crow, Alistair Crowley. Just a bunch of sniveling demons, folks. And my point isn't to offend, but simply to describe what people are in denial about. They need to repent while there's still time. Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is near. I am the gates. In the spiritual realm, it's like a dam holding back water. It's a gate, right? The Spirit is right there. God is in me, in a place that no technology can harm. But you better believe some of these people are so damn immature, so horribly raised by complete idiots. When you don't have a single kid that obeys God, and you've raised your child to be capable of persecuting God's son. This guy's a ranger with his brights on. Unless they've designed the vehicle like that on purpose for those to be the regular lights. For times like this. And say, no, I didn't have my brights on, or whatever the fuck. There is no excuse for persecuting Christ. There is no excuse for Caiaphas and Herod and Pilate for ordering his crucifixion, for setting him up to be crucified. There's no excuse for the soldiers that mocked him. There's no excuse for the society that sees that picture and says, I'd rather date a Roman soldier. Okay, it's fucking stupid. You know, like a female would say it. There's no excuse for pretending that I'm gay, editing my videos and pictures and voice. There's no excuse for pretending like I sound like a white guy or a Jew or an LGBT person. There's no fucking excuse for doing what they did to Westboro Baptist Church, where they made it sound like a chipmunk. You know, change the voice to that. And they're doing something like that, and this is many years later, to change my voice to make it so I sound gay or something. How I naturally sound is like a mulatto guy who is African heavy. Okay? African heavy. Okay? I don't sound like Obama. I don't sound like Bob Marley. I don't sound like fucking, Will Smith or, Chris Rock. I sound like a mighty person naturally, and the pinpoint of moral and mental clarity naturally.